Turn off Wi-Fi. We are live. This is
Are
this
we
is
live, pal?
this is real. Today is the day. It is Sunday, the only day of
It
today.
is Sunday. Sunday fun day.
It is, and there was a lot of fun day happening on Saturday as well. But the question that is always asked is, what does it do?
What does it do? What doesn't it do? Um, you know what it does? It witnesses history because that's what happened last night. And like there could have been all kinds of history. And Black History Month's over, right?
It is for 7 days now.
But there could have been Black History just last night. Aljamain Sterling is now the bantamweight champion of the world. And he did it in the most unique fashion technically ever done.
Yeah.
Because never in the history of the UFC has a belt changed hands via DQ disqualification. That's never fucking happened ever. And a lot of people are going in on Aljo. I keep seeing memes about Oscars, which are awards given to actors. I keep seeing people talking about he wanted out. And man, I think that's a very easy, convenient thing to say when you're not faced with the choice that he was faced with. And I don't believe it is fair to put that fucking choice on an athlete. I think the fact that like the referee comes up to this man. So let's discuss what happened for those who haven't seen.
Okay.
And I think we can basically speak in facts at this point,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, more than just like opinions. But if I misspeak, then feel free to fucking correct me, brother.
Yeah.
Like, because I am far from perfect. We know this, right? Aljo's in a downed position, and that's defined in this moment by he's resting on his shin and his other foot, right?
Yeah.
So like a jiu-jitsu person would almost call it combat base. Like he's resting on his shin, and then his foot is also posted, right?
Yeah.
His hands are not bearing any weight, but he has 3 points, a foot, a knee, and another foot down on the mat. That means that he cannot be struck in the head with anything other than a fist or an elbow. He can be struck in the body or the legs with kicks and knees, but he cannot be struck in the head. That is a rule of MMA. It is not obviously, it's not a rule of the streets,
Correct.
right? If we're in the streets, you can't be like, I'm a downed opponent. But we're not in the streets, right? We're in a UFC octagon.
What a weird thing to make a difference in.
I'm just saying, we're in a 25-foot cage where there are motherfucking rules. And this is what I'm getting at,
Yeah.
right? If we're going to have rules, and rules are intended in general to protect participants, not just to be rules. You protect the athlete with your rules. That's the fucking reason they exist. You're supposed to protect Aljo from having to be the person that makes that call. When a person hits you square in your motherfucking head, not grazes you, fucking connects a solid knee to your head in a position where they're not supposed to do it, that's grounds for disqualification. And it shouldn't be up to the athlete whether they can continue or not. There should be a rule. If the strike is deemed strong enough, if the strike lands, illegal strike, fight's over. It shouldn't be on the athlete to say, I can continue. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up position to be in. It's not fair to him to have to continue after that happens. And here's why it's especially fucked up. The referee says he's down. In the same moment, or in a moment very close to that moment, Peter Yan's corner tells him that he can kick him, that he can knee him, he can strike him in the head. And so Peter verbalizes okay, and then throws that knee to Aljo's face. And so it appears, right, because we're ignoring the fact that this person doesn't speak English as a first language, possibly doesn't really speak it at all. It appeared that the referee spoke to him and that he replied to the referee, okay, and just fucking took off on Aljo.
It sounded like that
Now,
in the moment.
now, had that been the case, if that's what the referee's experience was, the fact that he even asked Aljo if he's okay is fucking absurd. Because what that would really mean is that this athlete completely disobeyed your direct fucking command and put this guy in harm's way. And now you're going to ask this nigga if he's okay? And if he wants to continue? Fuck out of here. Give that guy the belt. No fanfare. No, like, you won. You are awarded this belt via disqualification. At your earliest convenience, when you are fit to defend this belt, you will defend this belt against Peter Yan at a date to be determined.
This is where I get weird with that.
That's all that had to be done.
You can't.
Now, what's weird about it?
You can't have Peter Yan defend the belt.
Peter Yan's not defending the belt.
No, but you can't have
defending
Peter
the belt.
Yan. You can't have Peter Yan get an immediate title match.
Why?
You can't, because what happened to TJ? I'm gonna use Chael Sonnen's argument. What happened to
Fuck
TJ?
TJ. Look. Look, here's what I'm saying.
What happened to TJ? TJ said, what did they say to TJ?
There's some Listen to me. I'm hot about this. There's a miscommunication situation in the corner that does play a role here. Right? It does play a role. There's some confusion there. I don't believe he meant to break the rules.
I have a question.
I don't believe it was his intention to break the rules. I think it was his intention to knee Aljo in the face.
Yeah.
I don't think it was his intention to break the rule. Now, had it been his intention to break the rule, I say, look, you're lucky we don't fucking Paul Harris you and kick you out of the motherfucking UFC.
I agree.
You're lucky you're not fucking banned. So since you're not fucking banned, since we believe that you didn't intentionally do it as an illegal act, you intentionally struck him, but you didn't do it with the intent to do some harm illegally, we're going to say, yo, you got to fight the number 3 guy. You got to work your way back up. I could understand that mentality. I don't think that's the absolute wrong thing to do. I'm just trying to play both sides.
I get
if I were
it.
Peter Yan's people, I would say, yo, we want a rematch. If I was Aljo's people, I would say, yo, he deserves to be champion because they took that away. They took that away by doing something illegal. Now, we will not call ourselves champion until we beat this man for the belt that we will walk into the octagon with, and we will get the winner's purse. We will get that championship purse. Because this is professional fighting, goddammit. It's about money.
Yeah.
So you take the belt, so you get the things that the belt gives you, which is cash, and then you don't behave as if you won the fight.
Thank you, Robert Robinson. How do you DQ a guy for an illegal move, then reward him with an immediate title shot? Thank you, Robert Robinson.
Look, Rob, I'm sorry. Like, it's a fucked up situation. But when things are unprecedented, look, I just want to see him run it back. And if I were going to be a true lawyer about it, I guess, I would say, yeah, he can't get a fucking immediate rematch.
Or, I would say...
But we're in the entertainment business, bitches. Like, we're out here trying to entertain.
All I'm saying is...
You know what? That's the title of this episode. The title of this episode is, we are in the entertainment business. Because that's where we are. And that's why Stylebender gets to fight Yan for a 205 belt. That's why we had to fucking cart Megan out to get murdered. Because we need to be entertained. We need these stories. We need them often. And so Dana has to bring them to us.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is that, it's weird to me that, like, immediately we just have to assume that it's right. We don't have, like, a commission to take steps.
Aljo wants to run it back too, though.
No. That's fine. Hey man, guess what? Sometimes it's out of your control. You didn't want to win like that. Correct. And guess what happened? You won like that. The worst way. What's worse than that? And shout out to Marcus Crawford, is that you guys both won your fight in the same night. So 2 Jamaicans winning at the same time. That's tough for both of you guys.
Jamaica.
Yeah. But
shout out to Marcus.
Yeah, no, it's like why didn't they have like a 30-day review? Like, hey, we got to review this.
What was the result of Marcus's fight?
I believe it was a decision. It was...
Rounds are good. I'd love to hear he got a finish. but experience in that cage is also very valuable.
Let's see. I gotta look and see. Could be wrong, but I thought it was a decision. It could be.
You better not be wrong about the win.
What are you gonna do, man?
You're like, oh, oops, my bad.
Hey, man. I was like, I can.
Son of a bitch.
If Peter Yan can do it, I can do it.
Oh shit.
Combat.
Then he's gonna give this white boy another fucking chance. You see how they do it, nigga? I mean, for real though, like, they didn't do Aljo dirty. The motherfucking internet is doing Aljo dirty. Like, they did the right thing by Aljo. You DQ this man. You give Aljo the belt. That's the right call. That's the right shit. But like, we don't need these memes and this Oscar talk. We don't need that shit. He doesn't need that shit. He doesn't deserve that shit. I really don't think he does.
No, he definitely doesn't deserve that. That's rough.
Now here's the thing though. Like, did he do some acting?
Of course.
I couldn't have said it better. Of course. Of course he did some acting. Because he was fucking forced to. He was in a situation where he had to. You know? It's like how people do this all the time. In their personalities. They'll conform to the moment that they need to be a certain way to make something happen, to get something to pop. Well, he needed for people to believe that he couldn't continue, and he didn't want to say it. Because if you say it, then you gave up. But if the doctor does it, then you didn't give up. But then, what do they do anyway? They say, he wanted out.
Yeah.
Nigga, you wanted out.
Listen.
Like, you fuckhead in that chair. You wanted out.
Make the guy an interim champion. Sorry, Robert Robertson, I disagree with you there. Cannot make the guy an interim champion. He lost the title. He deserves to be. Aljo gets the title. There's no interim. It's like,
Yeah, Aljo is your bantamweight world champion.
whether you want it or not. That's what it is. It's fact.
And so wait, in your world, in my world, he fights Peter Yan.
And
My world's also known as reality.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm full of shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just making jokes. But like, you have the next course of action. Like, who does Aljo fight?
He fights.
Who does Aljo fight?
He fights the next contender, right? Because he's
Who is
whoever that could be. Because that thing is so deep. Who knows who that is? Bantamweight is super deep.
It's got to be Sanhagen right now, right?
UFC bantamweight.
He's fresh off those 2 knockouts. He was on Joe Rogan. That means you have to do something.
Yeah,
for him,
because
right?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
That's how it works.
Either you make hot sauce or you
Motherfucker.
fight people. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Motherfucker's fresh off the Rogan appearance. They
Let's
got to
see.
do something for him.
It would have to be Corey Sandhagen, because that would have to be the next fight. So that would be the fight.
See?
Yeah, so that would be, and
So that's a rematch too. So
Yes.
look. No matter what,
hold
you're
on.
giving a white person another chance.
How dare you?
So like, some people are just gonna have to deal with that, you know.
I mean, should we give it to Cody? I mean, I think TJ should be up right away. That should be TJ.
TJ Killishaw?
Yeah, TJ Killishaw. They should. If he can't get an immediate, if he's not allowed to get an immediate rematch because
Meats
he
wants injury.
he
There's a desperate Meats. Meats is the nickname for the puppy, but it is become her true name.
yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to break into the house.
If
She's a very aggressive little lady.
if TJ can't get a fight, an immediate rematch from what happened, or get a rematch fight for the title because he was suspended, he did an illegal thing that he was, that he wasn't aware about it. He wasn't aware. We can say that.
We can say that.
We can say that because what does he say? I wasn't aware.
Look, are we just playing fantasy shit right now?
That's
Look,
how do you know?
TJ Dillashaw
How do you
is
know?
a fucking cheater.
How do you know? So is Peter Yan.
Peter Yan
Is a fucking cheater. Keep it going. Keep
is
that.
a rule breaker.
Is a cheater. What? That's cheating. He got it.
Well, it's not quite cheating. It's cheating when you actually get to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and he took advantage of it.
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
'Cause
Maybe the actual violation is cheating.
Yeah, the actual violation is cheating. So, because
So breaking the rules is cheating?
breaking the rules is not cheating. The actual violation. So
Do you see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you very clearly.
Let's look it up.
All right,
Fucking
fine.
look it up.
All-
What is cheating? I'm going to say that cheating implies that you benefited. And Peter Yan didn't benefit. He didn't get like even an extra strike off. That's what I mean. Like he hit him once, so he broke a rule. Had he hit him once and then hit him again, that second hit would make him a cheater.
It would, yes, if they continued the fight. I agree with you. If they
But
did
they
the
didn't.
Anthony Smith, if they went the Anthony Smith
He didn't have
round.
the opportunity to cheat. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, well, no, it's like he tried
I'm
and he got
basically
caught.
saying the same argument. This is essentially the same
Act
argument
dishonest.
that, like,
All right, hold
black
on.
people can't be racist. It's
Yes.
like you can't cheat if I didn't benefit.
Act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage. So, in order to gain an advantage.
So it's about intention. It's not about result.
Yeah, it's not about result. So, especially in a game or examination. So, if you attempt to cheat, so it's the attempt. It's the fact that you tried.
Okay.
So, they're
The
both
fact that you
cheat.
tried. So then yes,
They're both cheaters.
she's a fucking cheater too.
So they're both cheaters. They should both, then TJ should be the first one up for that rematch right away to get
Wow.
get his belt back. I'm just saying, man. Hey,
I mean, look, if you're TJ's lawyer, yeah,
of course,
If you're TJ's
every day, all the time. Hey, man, I like them snaky snakes. They look, I like
He's a
them.
snake.
They look
Look
good.
at him.
They look good on your
Look at
feet.
him.
They look good on
He's
your.
a snake in the grass.
Yeah, man. Hey, let him do it and come back. It'll be kind of cool. Like, you got that guy. You got fate. You fought one cheater. Now you're gonna face another.
You are tripping. You are tripping.
I don't know if it's
But
gonna work.
yeah, I think the right thing is essentially happening. Like it basically worked out. It just sucks that Aljo's getting drugged through the mud.
Yeah, I think that sucks. You know what does suck worse than that is that
What?
I have to go back on my word and say that I think Dagestanis can actually be better wrestlers than Americans, sadly, in MMA.
And what are you basing this information on? Are we talking about Islam?
Yeah, we're talking about what's this? Yeah, Islam. Is that religion or is that the guy? Is that his actual name?
The
You just
human.
are you making a joke or are you serious?
I was being serious.
Okay, I wanted to make sure before I was like, is this the guy's actual name? I just want to make sure. He's like, yeah.
That's fair, because I was tying all kinds of shit to black people for no reason. So
Yeah.
I could have easily been tying wrestling to Islam without meaning Mr. Makachev.
Like,
It's like, are we talking about the Quran here? Or are we
Yeah.
talking about this motherfucker?
like, did you see his match at all?
That's one of the ones I missed.
Yeah, like it was like
I went on a brief excursion yesterday.
I
And
understand.
I didn't even plan on coming back home, Anthony. But I did. I did come back home and watch the rest of the fights with my brother Casey because, look, here's what I'll say. If you already know what it is, and you call upon me to do what it is that I would normally do, and you are in no condition to receive what I would normally do, then you have grossly overestimated yourself and grossly underestimated me. I was like, you can't do this. Like you're not in the condition to do this. And like I changed my whole day for you. I have to go. And here's the best part. The best part was like I was about to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I can watch the fight later. I'm just gonna kick it. I'm gonna smoke a joint. I go, hey, can I smoke a joint? And she's like, oh, I prefer you didn't. And I was like, I gotta go.
I was like,
Like,
I gotta leave.
this is a wrap. Get the fuck out of here. Like, so because of that nonsense, I don't get to see Islam Makhachev's fight yet.
Yeah, I was trying to find some like cool highlights, but yeah, that dude, like, it's like,
But I saw all of the main card fights.
yeah, that's like his single leg to like trips were wild. They were,
Dude, fucking Peter Yan's fucking Osotogari's.
oh yeah, those were like, I mean, like, but this is what happened. Let me do it for you real quick. This is what it looked like. This was Aljamain at some points. He was like, You can't really see my legs, so I'm gonna try to turn them down a little bit. There you go. So
Oh
it's like,
yeah, there they
so
are.
he's here,
You're wearing gray sweatpants, Anthony. You better be careful, man. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube.
and he goes here. That's how it was though. Like you see what I'm saying? Like this is how long it took.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey man, I can't help it. So it's like the switch, like so, like this. His switch step was like this. It was like,
Okay.
It was like this, like that. It wasn't like it wasn't quick. It were super slow. So like every time he did a switch step, his stance was just so slow when he was doing it, and he was just able to get him all the time. Like it literally looked like anybody could do it on him. Because the pace he was putting out at that moment, he was just going so fast, and he was so tired on those rounds. And every time he hit him, like you could literally I could watch him, like, oh, I see him switching stance. Peter Yan, I never realized he switched stance ever.
Yeah, no. Here, the quick.
Yeah, the quick. It was
Shut
so
up.
quick.
Shut up.
It was so smooth, but then Aljamain was just like blop blop. It was just plotting, and it was just like, oh, I can see you switching stances super easily. I'm like, oh, this should happen all the time to you. So I'm not super impressed by those, but that.
You know what was impressive?
Oh, Amanda,
Dude,
like
Amanda Nunes.
she waded into that tall forest and just knocked them leaves loose real quick.
She cracked the fuck out of her, and then had a unique finish.
Very unique. That's Gordon Ryan unique. So she should have shouted out Gordon Ryan real quick. Like, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. It's essentially what Khabib did to Justin.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same kind of a beat
Yeah.
where you see somebody who you're familiar with do something that you're not familiar seeing them do.
Yeah.
And it makes them even more kind of like mythically impressive.
Oh yeah.
It's like wow. And then she does all the iconic shit where she's like, yo, I'm gonna get my baby.
Yeah. Rogan. What a great name. Or was it Regan? Reagan.
I don't know the
Reagan.
baby's
It was
name.
Reagan.
I'm not that big of a fan.
I pay attention.
I'm a bad person.
I was just there.
I'm a bad person.
I was just there.
Since I don't know the baby's name, does that mean I hate gay people?
Hey man, that's you can make those connections.
It depends on how progressive you are. Like it's like
I really don't know.
You don't even know the fucking baby's name?
Hey Darren, I'm gonna tell
I
you.
knew Darren hated gays.
Darren, I'm gonna tell you something very important. Like those people that you think like exist, those are a small minority, smaller
Oh, I
than
know, dude.
yeah, like they don't even know about us.
No, they're like goblins.
They are, yeah.
They're like goblins.
Yeah.
Like they're not real.
Yeah.
Like,
Not real.
They're not real.
No.
it's like, all right, so here's something funny about people that are not real.
All right, keep going. I'm ready for this.
I got a DM, and then the person was like, they wanted to know if I asked people their preferred pronouns when I met them.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I meet them, no. But like, if someone asked me to refer to them by a pronoun,
Mm-hmm.
if I liked them, I'd consider it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I didn't like you, I just wouldn't talk to you anymore. And then that'll be one more thing I wouldn't have to worry about fucking up. Right? But if I liked you and you were like, hey, I prefer the pronoun they, I'd be like, cool, you're they. Cool, whatever. And I would call you they.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, hi, I'm Darren. What are your, I wouldn't say, hi, I'm Darren. He, him. What are your pronouns and what's your name?
There's a funny video I gotta tell you about now.
Dude, the only reason a dude has ever said that was an attempt to get some girl with gauges to suck his dick.
Or
that is,
or
maybe she has dyed hair instead of gauges,
or
what?
Or they're just an absolute animal, and they did this. It's like they're on a mogul chat. Have you ever been on that thing? Omegle?
No.
Basically, it's like like you just go into a chat.
Omegle.
Yeah, Omegle. Yeah.
I know about Omegle.
Okay.
But I haven't been on it. But what I've seen are captured videos.
Yes, I understand.
From those interactions.
So this African American gentleman gets into a room with this young.
How dare you say African American
I'm
gentleman?
sorry. This BlackBerry man. This BlackBerry
I'm with
man.
you.
He gets into a room with this this young white lady, and she's like, hey. He's like, hey, before I get talking, like, hey, I just want to be rude or anything. What are your preferred pronouns? And she's like, oh, yeah, mine are they, them. And he's like, oh, that's super cool. Do you know what mine are? Mine are, neo-pronouns. So I go by, like, the name Nick and then go. And then so...
He was having too much fun.
And then she's like, oh, okay, hey Nick, hey Nick. And then she's like, all right, so what I do is I play a game really fast where you say my pronouns back and I say your pronouns really fast back and forth to you. And you say my pronouns back and forth to me.
Oh my God.
They them. So there you go. You can have neo pronouns, Darren.
I mean, shout out to that dude for being a fucking innovator. But like, the fact that anybody would say it, like, were they all laughing when they did it?
No. She had no idea. Like, it was completely like straight face. Like, she thought she was doing the right thing. That's the worst part about it. That's what makes it so funny. She thought she was being.
You know what makes it funny? What makes it funny is that these people that are like this are fucking humorless. They're humorless.
I don't think
nothing's funny.
I don't think it was funny to them. I think they were just trying to do the right thing.
That's what I mean.
But
That's what I mean.
But like,
they
imagine.
couldn't pick up on the fucking humor of it because they can't pick up on humor on anything because everything's so serious and it's about their fucking feelings. Like,
I don't know.
so they couldn't understand the humor in someone being like they them, and then being like nigga. It's hilarious.
It's great. It's like, especially now it's all over YouTube. I'm sure that young lady's life is ruined.
I bet it's not ruined.
Probably not.
I bet she's gonna get a TED Talk.
Yeah, probably right. Actually, I was racist in the moment for that. Not the young black man that tricked me into saying this online.
I apologize for my racism.
Oh, I apologize for what Gordon did to me.
Oh, that was so nicely done. I apologize.
It's like, hey man, like,
First, I'm gonna speak in Portuguese. Blah 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 blah
that
blah
was
blah
a
blah
long ass
blah.
conversation.
Now I'm gonna speak in English. Blah 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 blah.
It's like the last.
Mr. Galval, unimpressive, sir.
No, but I do like his sales pitch. So for those who don't know, while like last weekend, there was a grappling event called Who's Number One in the good old state of Austin, Texas, where now you can be face or maskless. Your face can be free. You know, I'm dead serious, like completely, 100%. There's no more. You don't. There's only businesses can like put it on you, but like public.
It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. Yeah, they just removed all the health orders, which I'm like, interesting. But so there's like a little altercation where after like Craig Jones' match. Craig Jones fights a guy from Galval's school. Craig Jones wins because Craig Jones is awesome. Then Gordon goes up to shake Galval's hand. Galval's like, hey, catch one of these, buddy. And then flips him off. And then Gordon's like, cool, whatever. Walks away. Guess what? He do his interview after he does his match. Or no, I think he already did his match. So he's just walking away to do his interview. And then Galval's like, hey, come here, you pussy. You pussy. Where are you going? Come here. And chases him down, then accosts him by shoving him. And then Gordon retaliates in self-defense by slapping him in the face. And then Galval just stands there, and he slaps him in the face again. And so that caused a whole ruckus. But Galval has made a public apology, 80% in Portuguese, 20% in English. The 20% included him saying that he forgives Gordon for what he did to him, even though like you antagonized an individual, followed him, and then you got assaulted because you kept getting closer to him. You didn't maintain that 6 feet rule. And then on top of that, he also talks about how, like, in his mind, he's like, oh, I thought I was going to get in trouble. And we all know in fight events, when there are no police officers actually there, you're not going to get arrested. If, there's a nice, interesting dog looking at me.
That's Meeks.
That's Meeks.
The Meeks.
The Meeks.
This is the Meeks.
Like Arby's?
She came over, so.
Like Arby's?
I let her get internet famous. Yeah, like Arby's.
Yeah, the Meats.
The Meats.
What's it called? So then that happens. So he talks about, what does he talk about? He talks about, like, apologizing for, for that altercation. He's like, says like how hate has been controlling my life, and I'm not this person, and I need to inspire people, and like, I need to make the best out of them, and grab them, like, make them, better than what they are, and I don't want to fight, don't want to ruin my legacy. Right now my job is to, help people, motivate them. And also 50% off at my site. If you come now, I will give you 7 free DVDs and then 50% off on all my stuff. It's like, hey man.
Dude, it's not that the sentiment is bad. It's not that the sentiment is bad. It's that I don't fucking believe you. Right? I don't believe you. I don't think you're the guy you're saying you are. And you have to fucking fight Gordon Ryan. That's it.
Nah, not really.
That's what's wrong. Yes, that's what's wrong with the statement. So look, dude, look. Say the exact same thing fucking happens, right?
Yeah.
Say like, I'm at an event. Casey fucking scraps with a motherfucker, and then when this fucking cunt coach comes over to me, I'm like, "Fuck you, buddy. I fucking hate you." Right? Say I do that shit. Then say I on some fucking punk shit walk up on that dude and go, "You're a fucking pussy." And then when the dude comes at me, he fucking cracks me one. And then say I do some bitch shit where I don't fight him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That would never happen, by the way. Say I don't fight him. When I get home, I don't tell a story that's not true. When I get home, I say, look, I flipped this dude off, and that was the fucking wrong thing to do. But at the time, it felt right. You know? Like, I felt good about it when I did it. I just wouldn't want my students to do that. When I thought about it from a third-person perspective, I was like, man, you're kind of a fucking asshole. And I was still under the influence of asshole when I walked up on homie, and I was like, fuck you, you're a pussy. Then he cracked me in the face. And every part of my being wanted to fucking crack him and fucking just go. And then I was like, dude, you're damn near 40 years old, and you're supposed to be teaching people jujitsu to change their lives. What the fuck are you doing? And then I started to bring myself down a bit. But here's the thing. Even though I think it was the right thing to do not to have a fucking street fight and bring shame upon my sport, if you fucking slap me, we have to fight. So you just say when. You tell me when. I don't care about where it is or how much money it's for. Me and Gordon have to get it. 50% off my website. That's a much better version of the same thing. But no. He started talking about fucking... Look, I just don't believe all the fucking bullshit about the children. You're not the children guy. You're not the children guy. You're a dude that does steroids and tries to whoop people. Like, like that's who you are.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think he wants none. He doesn't want any from Gordon.
Well, that's the thing.
I also
And so now you have this week out.
Yeah.
But what you're gonna end up doing is isolating people that think you're the shit.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna get sick of fucking defending you to their friends when they bury you.
Yeah, except a lot of people were super support. All I saw was support in his thing, so I think he's good.
Good.
Yeah.
But he's probably deleting anything that's not support.
Maybe.
I would say 100%.
Let's go take a quick gander.
I would highly doubt that anything negative will last more than 3 hours on his fucking Instagram.
What was I gonna say?
Because the whole purpose of saying that shit is to fucking bring down the negativity.
Yeah.
To stop people from fucking burying it. That's the whole point.
Yeah. I will say that I'm surprised that
All
Gordon...
he has to do is fight this boy.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want that smoke.
That's all he has to do.
He doesn't want that smoke, buddy. He wants
Why not?
Because he wants to go home and walk.
Because you can come back. What? Look, you can come back from a loss. You can't come back from not fucking fighting. You can't. Like, haven't you ever seen a Western? Hasn't anyone shown Galvao? Shane? That's what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers. They all want to act like cowboys and shit. They want to be wild boys, but they haven't done their homework. They don't know how cowboys behave. Shane fought Wilson. And then he walked away. And they were like, oh, who knows if he's ever coming back. Galvao has to fight Gordon, and then he can be like, yo, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. I think I'm just going to teach people. But when Wilson comes to your town and fucking slaps you, and then Shane doesn't fight him, then there's no world worth believing in. And it doesn't matter that Shane rides off into the sunset, because no one gives a fuck about Shane. That's it.
Oh, there's some
Motherfucker should have watched Shane.
There's some negative stuff up here. There's some negative stuff in here that's been here for a couple days.
All right, so good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better about Galvao.
Yeah. Yeah, so... But I don't think if they do fight him in ADCC, all right, I don't think it'll happen. Like if he does get signed up for ADCC or whatever, and he's in the bracket or whatever happens or something, I think it's gonna be like, oh, I don't make it to the match with Gordon, like, oh, I get tapped or something. Whereas like, guys, this is it. This is my last one, and then that's where he like officially retires,
Terrible.
and then comes back out and fights Roger Gracie again a year later.
I think it's terrible. But at the same time, at the very same time, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter.
It kind of does. It's kind of exciting.
It is exciting. That's what I mean. It's fun to talk about,
Yeah.
right? But in reality, it doesn't matter.
No,
Like-
it's true. It doesn't matter.
And I don't mean it like the super nihilistic way. I mean, like, even in the game, if this match doesn't take place, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be another match. Like, it'll be fine.
It'll be another match. Yeah, we just gotta hold out and make it to the end of the year to at least get ready for the hype of 2022.
Are you just saying because that's Abu Dhabi year?
Yeah, it's the Abu Dhabi year because they're doing the qualifiers at the end of the year this year, and then officially 2022. Hopefully next year it'll be in Vegas like it's supposed to be, and then everything will be up.
Oh my god!
So cool.
So cool.
It's so cool. Everything would be good. Everybody's gonna be vaccinated. They got the new stadium. They're gonna whatever new stadium they're gonna build for like events like this. They're gonna be like, all right, where everybody's kind of separated. Like you have your own little spot to sit.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe that'll
Yes.
happen. I doubt it though.
Put it at the high rollers then so I can smoke weed in there the whole time.
That's probably
No, it's not big enough.
yeah. It's not big enough, and
Not the way they're doing it now.
Yeah, and kids will be there. Can't do it.
When we went, it was spectacular. Plus, people were openly smoking weed there
Yeah, just outside though.
outside.
Yeah, which I'm like, that's probably the best way you could do it.
And by people, I mean me.
Yeah, it's like that's probably the best way you could do it. There were some athletes, former and current athletes, who were just smoking the heifer there too. I saw them. I'm not gonna name names, but you know who you are.
You know who you are. That's how I knew it was going to be straight, because I was like, there are cops walking around, but I don't think they're going to fucking bother everyone.
No,
They just let everything slide.
no.
Beautiful. It's good police work, honestly. It's
Great-
good police work.
great
It's like,
police work.
Yeah, these people are in a secured area. They're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not rioting or anything.
We're good.
No one's being harmed here. What is there, some kind of grappling event? All right, man, you guys have fun.
You guys do your thing, whatever. Do we want to talk about the Adesanya, or we want to kind of just?
I mean, shout out to Izzy for giving it a shot.
Yeah, it was good.
And I love what he said. I love that he was like, look, if you're on the bandwagon, jump the fuck off. It's cool. I got you. I got it. Like, bye.
Yeah,
But if you're with me, stick around. It's gonna be dope. And he was like, I'm out. Like, that was rad. I fucking love Izzy. And I don't want to speak on like where he went wrong in this fight. I think he just didn't have his best day. And I think if you're gonna go up a 20-pound increment in weight and try to beat the guy who's holding the belt, you're gonna have a really good day.
yeah, that, and I think I think this is what happens when you fight a guy who likes to play timid. It's like I think that's where he gets like his worst performances. And I don't mean like timid, like intimid, but I mean like like Jan wasn't Jan.
Super active,
Yeah,
coming forward, trying to murder you.
yeah. He was like, oh, I'll play this kickboxing game with you. I know the rules. I know how it works. You have to beat me.
Yep.
So I can do this all day.
Now people are outraged about the scorecards. Dana was super pissed.
It's like,
Um,
you can't give
Just
me the
because
10-8s. These 10-8s.
yeah, these 10-8 rounds. But I feel like a year or two ago, there were some rule changes that made it more likely that 10-8s would occur anyway.
Yeah.
Possible 10-7s.
Yes.
And for a while, I think a lot of people, maybe even me, were advocating that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because like there's a difference between a round, like if I clearly but barely win, if it's essentially even, but say I outstrike you by a margin that's significant enough that we can separate it by the eye at a 15% rate, right? Like I hit you 15% more. It's pretty clear that I hit you more times than you hit me. And that's essentially all that took place in the round, right?
Yeah.
10-9.
Mm-hmm.
If I beat the fucking brakes off of you,
10-9.
10-9, Like that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And then say we have a round that's relatively even, and a judge is indecisive about what they want to do, then they can go 10-10 on that round. Like we're separated by a single strike, maybe two. There are no takedowns. There's no significant amount of control. We're separated by 1 or 2 strikes. Go 10-10 round, right? Then that next round, I take you down once, and I outstrike you by 15 or 20%. Now that's a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
I think there are judges that are going to score it that way, and I don't think it's catastrophic.
No.
Because I think with that way of scoring it, I think more times than not, the right guy is still going to win.
Yeah, and I definitely think Jan should have won, and he did.
But we're used to hearing different kinds of scorecards.
Like 49, 48, or whatever it is, whatever it's supposed to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you hear 49, 45, 49, and Dana's like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, hey, bro.
It's like, well, maybe some of these judges are playing with those numbers a little bit to make themselves feel better about the rounds.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not bad. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah. It worked out the way it should have been, so I think it's fine. But who does Mr. Israel fights next? It's like, who do you fight? Do you give him that
Who's the number 1 guy at middleweight?
Robert Whitaker?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's like yeah. It's like guess who number 2 is?
Who?
Paulo Costa.
I mean, maybe Izzy chills for a second until Darren Till can work his way up to the fucking number 1 spot, and then he fights Darren Till.
Maybe there's some they got
Let Darren Till fight one of those guys,
yeah.
and then when Darren knocks him out,
Don't they just like pick like the guy who's like they haven't fought yet that's next? Like don't they like do that usually?
who would that be?
That'd be Jared Cannonier.
Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, the black gorilla, whatever he calls himself, the Manila.
And what is he ranked currently? Like
3.
5?
3.
3. Okay. They could do that one.
Kill a gorilla.
Worst name in MMA.
Yeah. Darren Till is number 4 though, so it is. He's right. He's right.
Yeah,
he's right there.
come on. That's the fight I want to see.
I don't want to see that fight
Why?
because it's not gonna be what you think it is. It's gonna be more Anderson Silva.
Come on, why are you saying these hateful things?
I'm not saying these hateful things for any reason other than the fact that we know how this works. If you're a striker versus striker, it's never super cool because you guys respect each other so much. Like, and you did not have to watch the what's it called fight, the Revivic versus Thiago Santos fight, and that was.
You're right, I missed that one.
And that was, hey man, so you talking about you can't do this at your house? It's gonna make this one's gonna make you fall asleep and forget about what you wanted to do. It's like I'm gonna go right to bed. It's like, hey guys, like maybe 20 strikes were thrown total, in like the fight.
Fuck.
Yeah, like it was super boring because they were both like respect the power, respect and I was like, it's cool, man. But you guys are like the number 3 and number 4 guy in like the division. Like, ain't
You gotta
nobody
do something.
nobody's gonna be talking to you. They're gonna be talking to Glover.
Glover.
Textera. And he's gonna be like, hey man,
Teixeira.
whatever his name is. The guy from Maine.
I'm just-
the guy lives in Maine, wherever he lives. I think he lives in like Maine or some shit. But,
He moved to the whitest area.
of course, yeah. He's like the only guy there. He's the only guy that looks like that, and it's okay because he kind of gets away with it. Before we wrap this up, I guess we got to talk about Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem. Been nixed.
They have parted ways at the UFC. They were released.
Yeah.
It's strange whenever you hear that a legend is released, right? And those two guys qualify as legends, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But once you qualify as a legend, I think at the same time that also means you would qualify for your release if some bad things happen, right? Because like you get the status of legend not just by achievement, but by time spent. And if you've been around for a very long time, that means it might be time for you to go. After all, like fighting is a young man's game.
Fighting is a young man game, and your guys are super expensive.
And they cost a lot of money. Like, I was told that Alistair was getting something like $750,000.
That is correct.
To show.
Yes.
To show.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. $750,000 to show. $1,500,000 if he wins.
That's more than Dustin
That's a lot of
Poirier.
money
That's more than
to
Dustin
be
Poirier.
shelling out.
Yeah.
And yes, that is more than Dustin Poirier was given when he fought Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And it's way more than any of the girls get paid.
Of course.
So it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, of course you're going to get cut. If you're not drawing money, if you're not winning fights.
You're hemorrhaging cash. Hemorrhaging cash. Yeah,
So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the bottom line and say who is on this spectrum of who's lost the most, who earns the most. When you fucking trip that little wire, you're gone. You're gone. And so one way to not trip that wire would be to make less money.
Yeah.
But you accelerate that by being a legend, by having losses, and by being expensive. So happy trails to those guys. Like, and I don't know what's gonna happen with them, what they choose to do. If they're gonna choose to continue fighting or do something else. Because they could just go to another organization.
They could. They could make some buku dollars.
Anybody that's willing to pay them.
Buku dollars.
And they have names. They have names.
Adverts. Got some cash.
And yeah, before we get out of here, I have to talk about church. Because if you don't already know, my escapism, my church, my like religion, my hobby is professional wrestling. And this week I got to do a really unique and amazing thing because of professional wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I got to spend some time on the mat with one of my pro wrestling heroes who has become a buddy of mine. And that man is known as MVP in the WWE. And we got to kick it and work on some side control escapes, talk about hip-hop a little bit, talk about jiu-jitsu a lot. And it was a super, super cool experience, you know? So, like, shout out to MVP. While we're doing shout out to Originals. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Jam, who sponsored us for the High Rollers event. And I know that the Original guys are going through some things. I'm wearing the hoodie just because I was wearing the hoodie. But let's acknowledge these guys while we got it on. As they say on the Drink Champs podcast, you know, we got to give our flowers while they're still here.
Gotcha.
You don't want to give flowers when they're gone. You know, you give your flowers while you're still here. And then as well, we're talking about religion, talking about wrestling. Tonight, shortly after we sign off of this very podcast, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, will be airing a pay-per-view that is, it's seeming like it's going to be their big show of each year. And it's called Revolution. Last year, their show Revolution was possibly the best pro wrestling show of the year, like that anyone put on. It might have been the very best one. And so I think because of that, and the fact that they're very new, they've kind of like positioned their storylines to kind of all kind of peak right now.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this is their big event that would be like the equivalent to WrestleMania for those that are more familiar with WWE and that product. So these guys are putting together one of the craziest things that you can do. There's a wrestler who's famous known as Mick Foley or Cactus Jack. And Cactus Jack has one fucking ear. Cactus Jack has one ear because this one time in Japan, it got exploded off. And things don't really get exploded off in America because you don't explode things in America. But apparently tonight you might. Tonight you do. Two wrestlers. One who does train out of Extreme Couture, known as John Moxley. The other is a man named Kenny Omega, who a lot of people believe is the best wrestler of his generation, are going to put together a match that is known as an exploding barbed wire death match.
Yeah.
Exploding barbed wire death match.
So crazy.
It also involved a concept known as triple hell. Triple hell means that there are 3 zones, hence the triple. And if you're in that zone, the zone explodes. When I say explodes, I mean actual fucking explosives go off.
It's so nuts. Like, it's so stupid.
It's in a sense as safe as dangerous can be.
Yeah.
Like, wrestling is staged. I'm not delusional. I know these things. I know that we're discussing a piece of theater, right? I understand that. It's, in my opinion, the most wonderful performance art in the world when done at its best. And sometimes when the stakes are the highest and the skill level of the people involved are the highest, you get really, really amazing moments. And I think that's what we have the opportunity for tonight. And that's why I call wrestling church.
I understand.
It is my hobby. And I want to wrestle again. But for tonight, I will just be a motherfucking fan. And I will enjoy being a mark.
A witness to greatness recreated.
Ideally.
Yeah.
We'll see. Shout out to Onita for creating this fucking style of match.
Yeah,
Shout out to Anita for inspiring me to create things as well.
shout
See all
out.
those shout outs at the end of the show?
Yeah, you're like Nate Diaz.
Now I'm like Nate Diaz.
There you go. There you go.
Nate Diaz stands like a fucking kangaroo.
He does. A kangaroo that's like, yeah, like he has the same posture as like an old style like strongman fighter who's just like, yeah, let's go.
If you put a hoodie on a kangaroo,
I mean, hold on. Actually,
I gotta get out of
we
here.
we can actually do this really fast. Actually,
what, motherfucker? 209. Like it looks like. I think Nate does this move right here, for real. This move right here. That's a kangaroo.
let's see. We can actually look at this really fast.
Are you doing a side by side?
I'm gonna try to really fast.
Are you an artist?
No, I'm not an artist. Nate.
You are.
It's not an artist. I just have ideas. Let's see, where's the other screen?
I could do this with screenshots and Instagram, like clack clack clack.
Yeah, you could. But you wouldn't have thought the reference of Nate, not Nate Diaz hoodie. You'd have thought the reference of Kangaroo Jack.
See, that's the one right there, dude.
Yeah.
Third one down.
Which one? This one?
No.
This one.
The one with his arms like down in the flex.
Where's the down the flex? This one.
I saw it. It's underneath the one. It's under the picture of. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Let me show this to the audience as
That's-
well. Did you?
That's the official kangaroo pose.
Yeah. It's like you got, I think this one might be a better one. There you go.
Virtually identical.
Virtually the same person. So silly.
Anthony,
Yes.
I don't ever want to be done with you, but you should be done with me.
Well, we can be. We have some. Do we have any interesting weird news? Let's see. Besides Dan Hardy getting fired.
Fuck! I heard.
Let's see. Let's go back to this.
That's unfortunate. No, I'm not 100% on the circumstances. I don't know if he deserves it or not.
Yeah.
I just think he's a talented guy.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Or he's a talented
talented
guy.
guy.
I can't say he's a good guy because we don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a good guy or not. I
Yeah.
think he's talented though.
Yeah. So
And it sucks.
calls to shut down a city school where 0.13 GPA ranks near top half of class. So a 0.13
Wow.
is top half of the school, and that's okay.
Can you shoot all the teachers?
It's like I think
Where is this school?
Baltimore. Let's see.
Just line up the teachers and give all the parents guns, and only some of the guns will have actual bullets. You do it like a real firing squad, right? So like, if a parent wants to believe that they didn't kill the people, then they can believe that, oh, it wasn't my bullets, right? But you fucking gun all those people down. That's terrible. That's such a huge failure for that much potential.
Yeah, like imagine being like you're like out of 62 kids, you're like out of 120 kids, you're number 62, and you have a 0.1373.
Yeah, no, that's a huge failure.
Yeah, like
And a failure at that rate, the punishment really should be death.
kind of should be. It's like I think it's also like one of those schools that are like I think it's like a funded school, not like a government funded school, but like because it's like
Charter school?
Yeah, it's like kind of something like that. Because it's like Project Baltimore, which I'm like, let's see, what is this? Yeah, it's like a charter school or like some kind of school that's set up by a fund or something. But
Yeah, who
basically,
knows?
but basically it's like they get $17,000 per kid, so I could see that being an incentive of just having shitty kids, and then just like all right. Keep them here.
I mean, 17 grand, you should be able to educate a child.
Yeah.
If I give you $17,000
Per child. So.
I mean, all right. So I went to prep school, right?
Yeah.
When I was there, my tuition after financial aid was nowhere near 17,000. I think without financial aid, it was about that. Right now, that was when I was in school.
Yeah.
So it's probably much more expensive now. But that was prep school, right? It was supposed to be motherfucking expensive. So let's say that for the same money, you can get a decent education today.
Actually, it's about the same.
Is it? You
Yeah,
looked up the tuition?
It's $1,750. Yeah.
At my old school?
Did you go to St. Edward's?
No,
Where'd you go?
I went to university school in Hunting Valley. I can't believe St. Ed's is 17 grand.
Yours is anywhere from hold on, University of Financial Aid or Cleveland.
I almost don't want to know.
It's anywhere from 17,000 to 34,000.
Yeah, 17 grand is kindergarten.
Let's see. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, 17 grand is kindergarten. So like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Yeah. That's
Oh my god, that's so much money. So yeah, I would still think So like, if they can do a good Catholic school.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's 30,000 to 36,000 for 9th to 12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It's a lot of. It's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
There's a lot of money.
Private school. Why'd you have to out me like that hard? That's so much money.
There's a lot of money. What year did you go to school? Like 1994?
God damn, Anthony.
No, I'm serious.
I mean, I guess it wasn't that far off.
It was 1990.
So I was in high school from 96 to 99, I think.
Okay.
96, 97, 98, 99. No, so 96. No. That's where all that. 96, 97, 98, 99. Yeah.
I can't find the tuition. I was gonna see like how much it was, but I imagine it's probably close to probably
I
similar.
think it was probably about 17 grand.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was that long ago.
Hey man. Life.
Tuition doubled.
Yeah.
But if I think about everything else, a pack of gum used to be a fucking quarter and now it's 50 cents. So of course my fucking tuition's doubled.
What kind of pack of gum do you buy?
The little gimmick
Oh, you talking
with
about
the slidey,
yeah,
like the
man.
Wrigley's or the double
Oh,
mint
okay.
gimmick.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, what kind of fucking gum?
Yeah, what kind of gum do you buy? Like what is it? Like erasers? Like what are you eating? Like what the
No, I'm not talking about like your cool little tub of gum.
I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about like literally like a packet like my bad boy right here.
Yeah.
It's not
So
tough.
that's the small one. But usually, if you want to get a bunch of them, they come in a little tub. You can like shake it. It sounds like a castanet.
Oh, you talking about those? Yeah, no, we're I'm
It's
old.
the same brand.
I'm old school. No, you get. I go with the aluminum. You go with like the plastic. We're different people.
That's beautiful. On that note, Anthony, episode 302.
Yep.
We discussed slips,
We have.
exploding barbed wire,
Yes.
many, many, many topics. I feel like that gay white kid when he was like, "Leave Brittany alone." Like, I feel like that's what I want to do for Aljo. I'd be like, "Leave Aljamain alone." Like, stop it. Like, leave him alone, for fuck's sake. I wish you all nothing but love. Anthony, do you have any closing remarks for these motherfuckers?
as Aljamain Sterling would say to Dillashaw, you cheated your entire UFC career, and you have the balls to call someone an actor. You lost your manhood when you decided to inject yourself, so that you actually compete. I hope Sandhagen tools you like he did to you in practice before.
Whoa.
Yeah. So there you go.
Strong words from our current champion.
There you go. Forever.
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 Wakanda forever.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Internet, this is a goodbye for real. And it is a goodbye for you as well. Goodbye, Internet.